I actually expect a really active fight. Like, I think that when you listen to Joe McAnally there, he's talking about I really hope that we get the opportunity to fight non-stop, and we don't want the ref. We want the ref to allow this fight to flow, and we hope that Jack doesn't hold. So I think you're going to see a very aggressive Josh Taylor. I do think that might suit Jack Catterall as well. I mean, he's a tremendous counter-puncher as well, but even by Jack going for the stoppage between rounds 7 and 9, in his mind, it's going to be a much different fight. And I think neither guy will want to take any chances of this fight going to the scorecards as well. So I expect a really, really good fight.
And big night for two Irish lads in the card as well.
Yeah,
Gary and Paddy.
Gary. I mean, look, Gary had a very good fight last time out, a very close fight as well. When you've suffered a defeat like he has, another defeat at any moment in the next 1 or 2 fights, you're in a terrible position. Yeah. So although he says the pressure is off, it's not really, because when you suffer a defeat, the pressure's never off.
Yeah.
Patera, that's why I asked him that question. He's changed a lot as a fighter. He used to actually be quite negative. Now he's actually quite aggressive. And I think if you're watching Gary Cully, you've got to think, I'll walk him down and try and get him on the back foot, try and land on his chin. And I expect Patera to try and do that. So I actually think we'll get a great fight. Gary's going to have to stand and fight with him at times. And Paddy Donovan, he's a real sharp shooter, great talent. But against Lewis Ritson, if you allow Lewis Ritson to get 4, 5, 6 rounds deep in the fight, it's going to start being a tough fight. And you almost, when we talk about a potential fight with Lewis Crocker, we almost want to see Paddy tested. I think Breezy's through Ritson. You really need to move forward in those kind of fights. And I expect Ritson to be much more robust at 147. And I think he'll give Paddy a good fight.
Well, Paddy was tested last time, he was in a position he was never in before.
But I feel like that was also because of the preparation.
The quick turnaround.
He had 5 weeks. So, but I think as well that would have scared him to a point of, right, it wasn't his fault last time, do you know what I mean? But I think he just thought, I ain't doing that again. I'm making sure I'm ready. And this guy's much better than the last time. Much better. So, we'll see what he's made of.
Listen, I was talking to Paddy last week, and in his head he's sort of saying he's this fight, and then if Crocker comes, and then it's world titles.
I think so, I mean, I think that's a tremendous fight, Crocker against Donovan. It's a fight that can fill up the Odyssey. It's a great all-Irish fight as well, and like you say, both guys are going to be very heavily ranked in the governing bodies, and will be on the verge of a shot at a world title. We've got Boots Ennis at 147. He's a champion. I'm sure he's going to capture other belts as well. So he's going to need opponents, and both guys are great talents. Lewis Crocker's got a very tough fight against Conor Walker. That'd be an absolute war.
And obviously just with Gary as well, how far away do you think he is realistically in terms of world titles? I know we obviously had that defeat, but
I think this one's not going to deliver him a world title. But 2 or 3 fights. After this, he's a favourite in this fight, but he's going to have to really gamble in this fight. After this fight, if he wins, he'll be in 50-50 fight in the deep end to try and put himself in a position to fight for the world title.
Obviously this was the date we did all think it was going to be Dublin, maybe even Croke Park. It's not. Katie's returning obviously in the summer against Serrano. That's going to be an absolute hell of a fight, isn't it?
Look, not what we expected. In all honesty, we expected to make the Chantel Cameron rematch, but at the same time we had an offer from Jake Paul. I said to Katie and Brian Peter, I think you should take it. It's a lot of money. I think she's a favourite in the fight. First one was epic. Second one, I'm sure, will be fantastic as well. And looking forward to supporting her out there.
There is some people sort of saying, she's fighting on a Jake Paul card, but as you said, look, you can see the reason for it as well. There's a lot of
at the end of the day, so what? You have to look at the individual opportunities. I would always rather she fights on my card, but I'll never stand in the way to stop her taking opportunities. We'll be there to support. She's still with Matchroom. She'll be with us for the end of the career, I believe. And DAZN, we want to thank them as well, because they said, look, we agree with you. It's a great opportunity. Let her go and do it. And then, next we'll be back in Ireland or Madison Square Garden, and
Croke Park.
It's just hopefully. But I'm tired of saying it. But
I know.
Now it's just really about making sure that she gets the job done July 20th.